It's a good morning to you. Welcome to the Breakfast Club. My name is Zenzele Ndebele, and today in our show we'll be talking theatre and arts. This week there is the Intwasa Festival. It has been happening for 17 years. Since 2005, and this is the 17th edition. Zimbabwe's Luchwan isn't that last that long. This has been an achievement. I know it has been on and off because of COVID, but for 17 years it has been going on, and it will be going on from the 26th to the 30th of September. So there's a lot of activity there. There's music, there is theatre, there's workshops, there's all the entertainment that you might imagine, and it's happening in the City of Kings, Kobulawayo. So it is very important that we support the arts and make sure that you get more information about this show, and at least you visit one of the shows that will be happening in the festival. But in this program, we are focusing on theatre, and I have two guests that I'll be chatting with. I have Solly Malaka, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And he's coming from a theatre company called Places and Faces, and he'll be giving us a play called AmaGrootman.
Yeah.
You know, AmaGrootman, I'm thinking of is Chomzeka as Jomlela Wandamafoni. Anyway, this is AmaGrootman. He's from South Africa, so you know, Zimbabwe and South Africa. I'm sure a lot of youths will identify AmaGrootman. And of course, we have Heather Massie. She's from USA, New York, Harlem.
Yes.
The USA, that's where there's Biden. Eh?
Biden, yes.
Yes, and they are the guys who voted for Trump at some point.
Not all of us.
Okay, so at least it's okay.
Not all of us.
So today
the majority of us did not, actually.
So we anyway, today we're talking about theatre. So Heather will be giving us a monodrama called, I tried, Heidi, The Life and Inventions of Heidi Lama.
Yes.
Is that so?
Yes.
Okay. So maybe let me start with you.
Okay.
It needs a great skill to do a monodrama just by yourself. Tell us about your show.
So my show, as you said, is Heidi, The Life and Inventions of Heidi Lamar. I was looking for a woman in science to feature in a solo show because I was in the sciences before I became an actor. I was studying astrophysics with dreams of becoming an astronaut. So after years of being a professional actor, I decided I wanted to bring science back into my life and marry it with my work in the arts. So I found Heidi Lamar. She was a Hollywood film star during the 30s, 40s, and 50s. She was known for being beautiful, so people didn't recognize that she was a genius. She invented technology for torpedo guidance during World War II, and we use that now on cell phones, Wi-Fi, GPS, Bluetooth. So I celebrate her as a woman of science and technology. I take the show around the world to many theaters and arts festivals, but also science centers, science festivals, universities, schools, libraries, technology conferences, all kinds of things. And I'm proud this week to be here with Heidi's story with Intwasa.
It's quite interesting because that's the first time that I'm hearing about the Heidi Lama, and I'm sure from this show I'm going to be Googling, trying to read more about her and her inventions, and I guess it's some. But my interest is you're talking about being in astrophysics. That's pure science is there.
Yes,
and you should be probably at NASA somewhere or flying.
That was my dream.
Looking for men out of space.
Yes,
and, bringing an android. But you are here doing theatre.
I'm here doing
it's
theatre.
It's rare that you find those people who move from science to theatre. But
there are quite a lot of us. Yeah. There are quite a lot of us, actually, who've moved from science into art.
But not only have you then moved from science to art, but you've decided to use that experience and knowledge to do a play on science, something that we really have not, or a person that was not really much talked about. How has been that journey for you?
The journey of featuring Heidi? And,
yeah.
It's been incredible. I've been to 12 countries so far. I'm about to also perform in Zambia and Canada, so that will be then 14 countries. Her story is one of inspiration. That's my mission, is to inspire audiences and also to encourage young women in science and technology, and to establish Hetty as a role model for intelligence, ingenuity, and invention. So I've been blessed to be able to perform quite a bit in South Africa for many of the science centers there and National Science Week. And I did a Fulbright specialist tour in South Africa with the show. So for people who knew Hetty as a film star in World War II, they can learn about her inventions. And people who don't know anything about her at all can spend this time with her during the show and learn about how someone so unexpected could create this technology that we're using every day to communicate.
Yeah, so I'll pause you there
Yes.
now and go to Solly. I mean, you just imagine what we are saying because we'll use our local language.
Yes.
Solly, ngasikhuluma AmaGrootman, awukhuluma ngesikhiwa la AmaGrootman. Kagcina. How do you say AmaGrootman ngesikhiwa?
AmaGrootman ne sikhuluma ngamadoda amankulu. We have been there. Amadoda who knows life. AmaGrootman. So in this play called AmaGrootman, kuna madoda ayi-3. This one is called Josie. Josie was a taxi driver. Mdawaso inyanga uyayazi misle AmaGrootman lawa uwabonako agcwele lapha erinkeni azula lapha. Umuntu wakhona uthengisa like medicines lezo singasebenzi, but just because of ufuna imali ingene endlini.
You can sell you anything.
Anything, you know them.
Amafutha esilwane,
Yeah.
you know, ubulongwe bempisi.
Zona lezi. But we're not sure what they are working. Those things.
It's fake.
And then we also have a Meda who was a taxi driver, taxi owner, and then the person, when taxi owners, when they want to kill someone, they have their special person. So we have that one. Yeah, Ingabi, actually. We have one. So these people, they are now 3 in a hostel. They are friends. Question is, why basuke endlini zabo bazohlala hostel by 3? Bakhule sami laba bantu. So for everything lesingikhuluma ukuthi why? Yes, if you want to know more about AmaGrootman, come watch AmaGrootman later today at 5:30. You'll see AmaGrootman bayenza.
So isho yakho le inenyanga. Kule nyanga lapha indoda enyanga ethengisa imithi kule nkabi kulo somatekisi. These are interesting characters in our lives because these guys, one way or the other, they always doing something. I think in everyday conversation, there's something to do with these people, and they influence the lives of young people. But what makes you to come up with this show? What were your personal, when we hlale phansi uthi akulimbhali
show like that,
like this?
It's because I have realized that we men don't talk. We sinele nto leyo ukuthi indoda ayikhali. When you have something bad, you don't tell someone. You say to I have a problem, my wife, this and this and this and this. You just do it yourself. You just deal it with yourself. And then by dealing it with yourself, you end up killing your wife, killing your children, or taking your life. So, as amadoda singakhulumi, lamadoda lawo ayi-3 lawo wonke wanama problems. Then they came, stay in a hostel to share those stories with why are they here, all of them. And they're so successful in life, but they moved away from their families and they came and stayed in a hostel.
It sounds like a fascinating story, and of course, abantu, I hope later today, bazahamba beyobonisho le AmaGrootman sizukuthi kuhamba njani. Maybe let me. You've been here for almost 24 hours,
25
25
hours or
hours.
so,
So
yes.
yeah, what have been your impression of Bulawayo?
Well, I love Bulawayo. It's one of my homes now. I've been here. The first time I came was in 2008 with my dearest friend in life, Leslie Lee. He was a prominent African-American playwright, Tony-nominated playwright, and I came with him in 2008 for Intwasa. And once I've had this show that I perform on Hedy Lamarr, I was lucky to come in 2017 with the show. I now have a goddaughter here named Leslie after my dear friend who's since passed. So it's like coming home. it's coming home and visiting family now to be here. And I'm honored to be here under the sponsorship of the U.S. Embassy, Zimbabwe, to sponsor my performances here with Intwasa. So Intwasa and Bulawayo are home to me.
You've taken your show to different places and different audiences. What has been your memorable show where you say, yeah, I felt like this was it?
The most
interesting show so far in this.
Most interesting show. I'm not good with favorites, and I love it. I love everything. This, to be honest, this Intwasa is one of my favorites. Because I have this history of coming my first time to Africa, to Bulawayo in 2008, when very rough times here. So I draw inspiration from the resilience and the welcoming nature of Zimbabweans.
Yeah, I'm sure the 2008 that you saw and now is quite different. Maybe by then you're looking at us and these hungry people, are they going to survive? But anyway, we are
It's
here.
the most patient people I've ever met. The most patient. Yeah.
So, Grootman, you've how long have you been performing this play and taking it?
We just did this show this year in Grahamstown, National Arts Festival, and AmaGrootman won an Ovation Award. We did this show again, not long, last week at Free State. What is the name of that festival? Woto Arts Festival in Free State. So we did it 4 or 5 times before. And then it's growing each and every now and then. You know, when you play a show, like it's growing every day. Different audiences.
Yeah.
This one's understand, this one doesn't understand. But keep going. You keep on going. Yeah.
Of course, if you are just joining us, this is the Breakfast Club, and today we are talking about the Intwasa Festival that will be happening from the 26th to the 30th of September. And there will be many events that are happening, but we are looking at a theater. There will be a show called AmaGrootman. I'm sure Zongeza Zekasi, they want to come and see AmaGrootman Utukambanjani, because South Africa has played a very big role in our lives to influence us, the fashion, the music, and almost everything. So this will be an interesting show from South Africa. But of course, we have Heather Massie as well. She'll be doing a monodrama on quite an interesting character who is an inventor. And maybe coming to you and say, you are using theater to teach, to get people to know something that ordinarily would not even read about it. Because, but how, in your experience, what would you say about theater as a tool for communication?
It's a very important tool for communication. Actually, when I was in South Africa and I have association with SASTA, the South African Agency for Science and Technology Advancement, and what Shadrach Mkansi from SASTA said to the embassy was that this was a very important way of communicating science through storytelling. That's why I've done a lot of work with the science centers in South Africa. And because storytelling is such an important part of the culture here. And so I love doing it because Hetty she's summoned from the beyond by the audience to explain how someone so very unexpected was able to create this technology that we use every day. And Hetty is very excited that people want to hear this part of her story, because usually they're only interested in how she looks. So it's a really special time between Hetty, and every audience makes the show special. So I also play all the characters. So in the full version, it's 36 characters. But the most important relationship is Hetty's relationship with the audience. And that is using theater and storytelling to communicate important information about history and also about innovation and invention.
So you are saying the full story is about 36 characters. How many characters are we going to see in this show?
I think about 30. My full show is 90 minutes. I'll be doing the 75-minute version. So you see almost all of the characters.
So you're doing 30 characters on your...
About 30 characters I will be doing this week, yes.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But I love that. I love doing that. I wrote it for all the things I love to do. So yeah, so I researched and wrote the play. And but I do that because how would it be watching a play of someone speaking about their life in past tense for over an hour? I think that would be boring to watch. So I make it active, and I have the scenes happen in real time with the people in Hetty's life, her parents, 3 of her 6 husbands, the movie directors, Hollywood film stars of the time, all of those people in her life that helped to tell the story of how she was able to create frequency hopping spread spectrum technology that we use in the wireless mics that we're using to communicate today to your audiences who are probably using Wi-Fi to view the show.
One thing that I didn't ask you, Solly, was your journey into theater. I asked how she ends up being in theater, and she's a scientist. So I'm going to ask you about Mars later. But for you now, how do you end up in theater? Where does it start?
In 1996, I was a very young boy. These guys from the Market Theatre, they used to come to our local place. Some guy called Jeffrey Matenj was working there as a field worker at the Market Theatre. Then we'd come there and then call us the youth like around the cars with buffet to come at this one ukuthi nesingayenzani. I played football, and then tomorrow it's arts. The other day it's gumboots, what. Then I fall in love with theater. Theater took me. Theater made me forget about soccer and other things.
Yeah.
Then I went to a Civic Arts Center in Johannesburg. Then I studied theater there. And then from there was a man, may his soul rest in peace, called Slylo Maredi and Brapol. They saw me at the Market Theatre, just looking around. Then they said, "Me bra, ufunani la njengoba thina siyazi ukuthi ubuye eLimpopo, and then like us ufunani." Then I said, "No, ngiyazula bafethu, but come to the auditions and see what can offer." Then I went to the auditions, and then that's when I went to Polokwane. I'm actually from Mpumalanga. Then I've ended up in Polokwane, and then all these things started.
So it's been a long journey.
Yes.
Yeah,
And you see the people that I'm working with, the AmaGrootman, they are all over 60 years. But the respect that I receive from those guys, it's so marvelous.
it's like I'm really interested in seeing. I'm a 60-year-old.
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
They're over
to do-
60, all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they respect, and then you see, there's this thing of respecting a young director. Some guys there, most of the legends, they don't respect the young directors. They are saying, hey, uzositshela anyway. Sisimncane uyazi lento le thina sakhulela khona la. Uyabona? So it seems like whatever you're doing, it's nothing. They know better than you. But with these guys, man, it's marvelous. Those guys, they're radio and TV actors, but they respect me. Like, I'm even afraid of talking to them sometimes.
So that would be an interesting play that people, any popular faces that people might know in your cast.
Yeah, we have Zondindlov, the one who's playing Meda. He's playing at Skim Sam in SABC One, and then there's Steve Manaka who's playing the young guy. You'll see him in Isidingo, Skim Sam, Majaka Tata, and that generation, that generations, not this generations, that generation. Yeah, so they're not new on TV. They're people always on TV every day.
So Heather, do you direct your show as well?
No, I've had 3 or 4 different directors along the way. I started the show, I premiered in 2016. The day after the election you were just speaking of, November 9th, 2016, it would have been Hetty's 102nd birthday if she were still around. So yeah, I've had 4 different directors. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, all I can say for now is that people should come and see these shows because they look exciting. It's science and it's also social issues that we talk about, and that every day. But for encouragement, maybe lastly, to if there are young people who want to join arts, would you say it's something that is fulfilling for you?
It is definitely fulfilling. Yes, it's hard. I would say it's not easy.
It's not easy.
But you must follow your heart and do the things that you love to do. And that's what I encourage young people when I do shows for younger audiences, is to follow their passions and find a way to listen to their hearts and see those things that they love to do the most and find ways in their life to pursue those things. And maybe they love 3 things that are very different, maybe 3 different things, and they feel they have to choose one. But I say maybe some point in your life you can find a way to put all of them together and create something new that no one else in the world could ever have created. It can only exist because of their being very special.
Solly, would you encourage young people with better? No,
The word drama derives from a Greek verb, dren, which means to do, to act, and to accomplish. First, you must start to know yourself. Can I do this? Can I act? And the last one, the accomplishment. So for you to start, you must start first, go to school. Decide whether I'm in or out. Because most of young people, they go to they take a wrong career. And then at the end, they're dumb. They don't know what to do. So that's why I'm saying you must decide. Before you decide, go to school. Make sure the career that I'm taking is okay. So, but with theater, I just go, man. Don't worry. Just study arts and study something else. So, because it's tough, man. To be honest with you, in art, it's tough. So you must have a backup, actually. So that's what I'm saying. Go and study arts. Go and study theater. And go study Science.
astrophysics.
So you can balance all these things.
Yeah.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, it's not all fame and glamour. It comes with a lot of work. Yeah, I think that this is quite interesting. And of course, it's the start of the Intwasa Festival, and we are looking forward to these two plays that we are talking about. So can you tell us when your show will be playing?
Yes, so as part of the Intwasa Arts Festival, it will be at the Bulawayo Theater. It's going to be this Wednesday, September 27th at 6 p.m. and Thursday at 2 p.m. at Bulawayo Theater. So this is the poster for the show. So Hetty, the Life and Inventions of Hetty Lamar, and it's free. It's a free entry as part of the sponsorship through the U.S. Embassy Zimbabwe.
Today I was chatting to Heather Massie. She was going to be doing a monodrama, and of course Solly, and he's going to also be giving us a play called AmaGrootman. And all what I can do now is to invite you to make sure that you support, you go and see the shows, but you also learn and exchange and network. My name is Zenzele Ndebele. This was the Breakfast Club. Let's meet again in other shows tomorrow. Have a good day.